Did you know that parents rank teaching financial literacy as the toughest life skill? That's where Greenlight comes in, the debit card and money app made for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and track spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn how to earn, save, and spend responsibly, while parents have peace of mind knowing smart money habits are being built with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/Wondery. That's greenlight.com/Wondery.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
No. We wait for Dad. He's still got the camera. But I can see mine. It's right there. It's 6:47 in the morning, Christmas morning, and I'm standing in our kitchen, watching chaos unfold in slow motion. One kid's already ripped into something. Another one's crying because someone touched their present. The dog is eating wrapping paper. And my husband, he's laughing because what else can you do? This is Christmas. Real, messy, beautiful. Welcome to We Are the Hansons. If this is your first time here, buckle up. You just walked into a house with more kids than bedrooms, more noise than sense, and more love than we know what to do with. And if you've been riding with us, you already know. You know that we don't do perfect. We don't do silent nights or matching pajamas in every photo. We do real. Today's episode is different. Christmas is 2 days away. And in true Hanson fashion, the house is loud. The to-do list is long. Someone is definitely missing a shoe. And there's wrapping paper stuck to... Honestly, I don't even know anymore. But today, we slow it all down. Because Christmas isn't a checklist. It's not a Pinterest board. It's a feeling, a memory, a moment we can't afford to rush past. So grab your coffee, grab your cocoa, grab whatever's left after the kids raided the fridge. Sit with me. This is a Hanson family Christmas. All right, let's set the scene. It's December in the Hanson house, which means the calendar has officially exploded. Christmas programs, school parties, cookie exchanges, Secret Santa, white elephant gifts, something called Elf on the Shelf that I still don't fully understand. And can I be honest? I forget to move that thing all the time. I forgot twice last week. Had to tell the kids that the elf was resting. Mom, elves don't rest. Listen, kid. This elf does. She's exhausted. She's got bills. And then there's the shopping, the wrapping, the hiding of presents in increasingly creative locations because we ran out of normal spots. 3 kids ago. Last year, we found presents in the garage attic in March. In my defense, they were very well hidden. But here's the thing. As chaotic as it gets, as tired as we are, as many times as we say, next year we're doing it differently, we wouldn't trade it, not for anything. Because somewhere between the chaos and the coffee, between the meltdowns and the magic, something beautiful happens. Life shows up, love shows up, and we remember why we do this. Christmas in our house has never been quiet. We don't do silent nights. We do chaotic nights, laughter echoing down hallways, kids arguing over who gets to put the star on the tree, at least one Christmas movie playing that nobody is actually watching. And every year, it's different. Some years, we had more money. Some years we had less. Some years were full of pure joy. Some years were just trying to survive. But every single year, we showed up. One of my favorite things about Christmas in our family, it's never been about perfection. It's about presents. We've had Christmas trees that leaned, like aggressively leaned. One year, we had to tie it to the wall with fishing line. And the kids thought it was hilarious. They named it the Leaning Tower of Christmas. We've had lights that only worked halfway, ornaments made from popsicle sticks and school glue, presents wrapped in grocery bags because life happened and the wrapping paper didn't make it home. And yet, those are the years we remember most. We remember the year someone shook every single present to guess what was inside. The year the kids woke up at 4:30 in the morning and we all just gave up and started early. The year the batteries weren't included and the tears came fast. But we also remember the cuddles on the couch, the prayers said quietly with little hands folded, the way lights looked reflecting in their eyes, the realization that what mattered most was already sitting in the room. All right, story time. 3 years ago, Christmas Eve, we got all the kids down, finally. Jeremy and I were up until midnight wrapping presents, building something that said, some assembly required, but really meant you'll need an engineering degree and a miracle. We finish, we're exhausted, we go to bed. 2 hours later, I hear footsteps, little footsteps, coming down the hall. I open my eyes, and there's one of our kids, standing at the side of the bed, just staring, like a tiny, adorable ghost. I almost screamed. Jeremy had to cover my mouth, and this kid whispers, "Is Santa here yet?" At 2:47 in the morning, I said, "Young lady, Santa's been and gone, but you gotta go back to bed or he might take something back." Fastest I've ever seen that little girl move. Those moments, that's what Christmas is made of. Not perfection, not Instagram, just life happening in real time with all of its chaos and beauty mixed together. You know what? We can't talk about Christmas memories without talking about food. Specifically, the Hanson Christmas morning cinnamon rolls. These are legendary in our family, and there's a story here. When Jeremy and I first got married, we realized pretty quickly that we wanted to build our own tradition. Not just do what families did growing up, but create something that was uniquely ours. Something our kids would remember. Something that would say, "This is Christmas in the Hanson house." And for some reason, we landed on cinnamon rolls. I don't even remember whose idea it was anymore. But the first Christmas morning as parents, we woke up early, before the kids, and we made cinnamon rolls together. They were not great. The dough didn't rise properly, the filling was too runny, and we may have burned the first batch. But the kids didn't care. They came downstairs to that smell. Cinnamon, brown sugar, something sweet and warm baking in the oven. And their faces just lit up. So we did it again the next year. And the year after that. And every year, we got a little better at it. Now, it's non-negotiable. The kids wake up on Christmas morning expecting those cinnamon rolls. They come running down the stairs, and the first thing they do, before they even look at presents, is check to see if they're baking. And when we pull them out of the oven, when we gather around the table, still in our pajamas, tree lights glowing, and we break off that first warm, gooey piece, that's when Christmas really begins. That's legacy. That's tradition. Something we built. Something we created together as a family. And years from now, when our kids have families of their own, I hope they make these rolls. I hope that smell takes them right back to our kitchen, to Christmas morning where everything was warm and safe and loved. All right, you want the recipe? I'm going to walk you through it. The Hanson Christmas Morning Cinnamon Rolls. These are make ahead, which is key when you've got a house full of kids. You make the dough the night before, let it rise overnight in the fridge, then bake them fresh Christmas morning. So here's what you'll need. For the dough, 4 cups all-purpose flour, a 1/3 cup granulated sugar, 1 packet instant yeast, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup whole milk warmed, a 1/4 cup butter melted, 2 large eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. For the filling, a 1/2 cup of butter softened, always use real butter, 1 cup brown sugar packed, 3 tablespoons cinnamon, pinch of nutmeg, that's our secret. For the icing, 4-ounce cream cheese softened, 3 tablespoons butter softened, 2 cups powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 2 to 3 tablespoons milk. So, Christmas Eve, after the kids are asleep and you've wrapped the last present, you make the dough. Mix the flour, sugar, yeast, and salt in a big bowl. In another bowl, whisk together the warm milk, melted butter, eggs, and vanilla. Pour the wet into the dry. Stir until it comes together. Then knead it for about 8 minutes until it's smooth and elastic. You'll know it's ready when it feels soft and springs back when you touch it. Once it's kneaded, put it in a greased bowl. Cover it with plastic wrap and stick it in the fridge overnight. The slow rise is what makes them so good. Gives the dough time to develop flavor. Christmas morning, early before the kids wake up, you take the dough out. Roll it into a big rectangle, about 16 by 12 inches. Then comes the best part. Spread that softened butter all over the dough. All over. Don't be shy. Mix the brown sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg together in a bowl. Sprinkle it generously all over the butter. If you can still see dough, you didn't use enough. Then roll it up tight from the long side. Slice it into 12 rolls. Lay them in a greased 9 by 13 pan. Cover them with a towel and let them rise for about 30 minutes while you make coffee and wake up. Then bake at 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes until they're golden and your house smells like heaven. While they cool slightly, and I mean slightly, you want them warm. Make the icing. Beat the cream cheese and butter together until fluffy. Add the powdered sugar, vanilla, and milk. Mix until smooth. Then pour it over the rolls while they're still warm so it melts into the crevices. And that's it. That's the Hanson's Christmas Morning Cinnamon Rolls. Our tradition, built from scratch, perfected over years. And now, we're passing it to you. Make them this year. Start your own tradition. And years from now, your kids will remember that smell. That's the magic of food. It doesn't just feed the body, it feeds the memory. Let's talk about parenting during Christmas. Because it's, It's something else. You'll feel this pressure to make it magical, to get it right, to create memories your kids will carry forever. And that pressure, if you let it, it will steal the joy right out from under you. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Ready? Your kids won't remember every gift. They won't remember how perfect the decorations were. They won't care if the cookies were from scratch or the store. They'll remember how you made them feel. They'll remember that you sat on the floor and played with them, that you laughed when the cookies burned, that you hugged them when emotions ran high, theirs and yours. Christmas brings out everything: joy, exhaustion, gratitude, frustration, sometimes all in the same 5 minutes. And as parents, by the time Christmas morning even gets here, we're running on fumes, held together by coffee, duct tape, and sheer willpower, and the knowledge that January is coming, the light at the end of the tunnel. But here's what I've learned, especially in a big family. And this might give you permission to breathe. You don't need to do everything. You don't need to do something meaningful. A moment, a tradition, a memory, those small things, they last forever. Last year, we started this thing. Christmas Eve, after dinner, we all sit in the living room. Lights low, tree glowing, and we go around in the circle. Everyone, and I mean everyone, shares one thing they're grateful for from the year. The first time we did it, the kids thought it was cheesy. There was groaning, so much groaning. But then, one of them started, and they said something real. Something from the heart. And it started this chain reaction. One kid after another, sharing, listening. Some of them cried. Some of them made us cry. And by the end, nobody wanted to stop. Now they ask for it. Are we doing the Grateful Circle this year? Every time. And it didn't cost anything. It didn't require planning or perfection. It just required showing up. So if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, if you're wondering if you're doing enough, if you're looking at other families and thinking you're falling short, stop. Breathe. You're doing better than you think. Your kids don't need a perfect Christmas. They need you. Present, engaged, loving them through the mess. That's the magic. Not the stuff under the tree. You. That said, if anyone tells you parenting during Christmas is easy, they're lying. There will be meltdowns. There will be sibling fights over who got more presents. Someone will eat too much sugar and become feral. It's basically guaranteed. It's basically the law of Christmas chaos. Look it up. But that's part of it too. The chaos is the story. Years from now, your kids won't say, "Remember how perfect everything was?" They'll say, "Remember when Dad tried to build the bike and half the pieces were missing? Or remember when Mom accidentally wrapped the dog's toy?" That did happen. In my defense, it was shaped like a teddy bear. Give yourself grace, parents. You're doing something extraordinary. You're building a life. You're building memories. You're building people. And that's hard work. So cut yourself some slack. Have the store-bought cookies. Skip the matching pajamas. Let the dishes sit one more night. Your kids won't remember any of that, but they'll remember that you were there. Christmas means something deeper to us. Yes, it's lights, laughter, gifts, family. But it's also about love, showing up quietly, without announcement, without fanfare. A baby born in a barn, no throne, no power, no spotlight. Just love. In a world that's loud, divided, constantly demanding more, Christmas reminds us that less can be holy. Less noise, less rush, less distraction, and more gratitude, more grace, more forgiveness, more time. There's a story I love. It's about the shepherds. You know, the ones out in the fields, watching their sheep, doing the same thing they did every night. Nothing special, nothing Instagram worthy. And then the angels show up. And these shepherds, these ordinary, exhausted, working class guys, they're the first ones invited to meet the Savior of the world. Not kings, not priests, not people with status or wealth. Shepherds. I think about that a lot during Christmas because it reminds me God doesn't show up where we think He should. He shows up in the mess, in the ordinary, in the exhaustion. He shows up in your living room, in your chaos, in your struggle. If this year has been hard, and for a lot of people, it has been, I want you to hear this. You are not failing if this Christmas looks different. You are not broken if you're grieving. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. Sometimes the greatest gift is simply making it to the day. And that's enough. You are enough. Christmas isn't about measuring up. It's about showing up. Showing up with what you have, with who you are, with your broken, beautiful, messy life, and trusting that that's where love meets you. One of the things we try to teach our kids is gratitude. Not the obligatory, say thank you kind, but the deep, soul level awareness that life is a gift. We keep a gratitude journal as a family. Throughout the year, we write things down. Big things, small things, answered prayers, unexpected blessings, moments that made us laugh. And on Christmas Eve, we read through it. Last year, one of the kids wrote, "I'm grateful Dad made pancakes on Tuesday for no reason." That's it. That was the whole entry. And when we read it out loud, the kid who wrote it just beamed. Because that moment mattered. A random Tuesday, pancakes, no reason. But it stuck. That's what gratitude does. It reminds you what matters. It shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you've been given. And during Christmas, when the world tells you to want more, gratitude whispers, look around. You already have enough. Maybe even more than enough. To anyone listening who's carrying something heavy this Christmas, loss, loneliness, financial stress, family tension, I see you. And I'm not going to tell you to just be grateful or think positive. But I will say this. You don't have to carry it alone. Reach out. Ask for help. Let someone in. Because that's what the season is really about. Emmanuel. God with us. Not God far away. Not God disappointed. God with us. In the mess, in the pain, in the joy, in the waiting. with us. All right, let's talk about something we don't talk about enough: marriage, partnerships during the holidays. Because Christmas, it puts a spotlight on everything. It really does. Suddenly, every decision matters. Whose family do we visit? How much do we spend? Who's doing what? And if you're not careful, the stress pulls you apart instead of bringing you together. Jeremy and I have been there. Years where we were exhausted. Years where we disagreed. Years where we barely slept and ran on fumes and somehow still had to show up for everyone else. There were Christmases where I cried, not because something was wrong, but because I was just tired. And he didn't always see it. He was so focused on getting it done, the list, the logistics, the execution, that he missed what was happening right in front of him. I needed him to slow down, to check in, to ask, "Are you okay?" And when he did, when he stopped and actually saw me, that's when it shifted. Marriage during Christmas isn't about grand gestures. It's not about the perfect gift or the romantic moment. It's about the small stuff. It's staying up late together wrapping presents. It's checking in with each other. It's saying, "I see you. I know you're tired. What do you need?" It's also saying, "We're doing this together. Not one person handling it all. Together." Though I'll be honest, we still have our zones. Jeremy handles logistics. I handle feelings. Actually, I handle people. He handles stuff. And it works. Because we know our roles. We don't try to do everything. We play to our strengths. And we give each other grace when we mess up. One of the best things we ever did in our marriage during the holidays, we made a rule. Every Christmas Eve after the kids are down, we sit together. Just the two of us. No phones, no TV, no distractions. We drink coffee or whatever we've got. And we just talk about the year, about what we're proud of, what was hard, what we want for the next year. And we thank each other. That time has become sacred because in the chaos of the season, it's easy to lose us. You become co-parents, co-workers, logistic managers, but you forget you're also partners. That Christmas Eve tradition, it brings us back. And honestly, some years it's the best part of Christmas. If you're married, if you're partnered, don't let the season steal your connection. Protect it. Prioritize it. Even if it's just 10 minutes. Because your kids, one of the greatest gifts you can give them is two parents who keep choosing each other, who love each other, who like each other, who work as a team. That's the foundation. That's what makes everything else possible. So to every couple out there, grinding through the season, exhausted, stressed, trying to keep it together, I see you. You're doing great. And it's okay if it's messy. Just don't forget each other in the chaos. Check in, hold hands, say thank you. Those little things, they're everything. To our kids, one day, maybe years from now, you'll listen to this. Or you'll remember these Christmases we're living right now. And I want you to know something. These weren't perfect. We didn't get everything right. There were years we stressed too much. Years we spent too much. Years we forgot to slow down and just be. But we loved you. fiercely, completely, with everything we had. You won't remember every gift, but I hope you remember the feeling. I hope you remember that home was always safe, that laughter was loud, that forgiveness was always available. I hope you remember the little things, the pancakes on Tuesday, the late night talks, the way we would all pile on the couch even when there wasn't enough room. I hope you remember that we showed up, even when we were tired, even when we didn't have all the answers, even when life was hard. And when you have families of your own someday, when Christmas feels overwhelming, when you're exhausted and wondering if you're doing it right, I hope you remember this. Love doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. The messes matter. The chaos matters. The showing up matters. And you were always worth it. We hope you carry these moments with you. The traditions, the stories, the love, and that you build your own. Because that's what this is all about. Building a legacy of love, passing it down, making sure the next generation knows. They're seen, they're valued, they're loved. You are deeply loved. And to everyone listening, whether you have kids or not, you're building a legacy too. In how you love, in how you show up, in how you make people feel. Don't underestimate that. We're almost out of time, but before we go, I want to say something to everyone listening. Whether you're surrounded by family right now, whether you're missing someone this Christmas, whether you're just trying to get through the season one day at a time, I see you. From our family to yours, thank you. Thank you for letting us into your lives, for riding with us through the chaos and the beauty, for trusting us with your time. This Christmas, give yourself permission. Permission to rest, permission to say no, permission to slow down. Hold your people close, love them out loud, forgive quickly, laugh often. And remember, the magic was never in the gifts. It was always in the love.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Merry Christmas from We Are the Hansons.